my name is Zephy and welcome to my channel. This video will be all about my plans for June in terms of sewing. So I'll show what I did in May, what I haven't completed, and then I will go into what I plan on doing for June. So the first thing I have been up to is that I started sewing this. It's a 90s skirt, but the fabric is probably 70s. It's a kind of speckledy green and brown tweed with white and yellow through it. And I'm almost done this. I've just been binding the seams because of the nature of this fabric. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but it frays quite easily. So I have been bias binding all the seams up like so, just so that I don't have to worry about the fraying. I don't have an overlocker, and I didn't think that like a zigzag stitch on my machine would be sufficient enough, just because the tweed fabric is quite loose, and I was just worried that it would fray through the sewing machine thread. With it being so fine, the tweed fabric so thick, I decided to hand bind it. The other thing I have been sewing for May is that I started doing some mock-ups for the Persephone pants. I will put a picture, but most people probably already know about them. They're quite popular. There are a few making sewing videos here on YouTube for them if you wanted to have a look at those. But yeah, I've been wanting this style of pant for quite a while. I like the sailor style pant, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to get this pattern to work for me. So the first mock-up, you can see it's just in some muslin fabric. This iteration of my mock-up is I graded just between two sizes. So my waist is 28 and my hips are about a 42. And so I just graded between two sizes in the pattern on the chart. But unfortunately, I think I will have to do some pattern adjusting. So I think I will have to do a full or low bum adjustment because I had a lot of bunching in that area, and the waist was quite dipped compared to the front. I'm also probably not going to grade so aggressively between sizes. I think I might just pull in the darts at the back just to give myself a little bit more room in the stomach, because I'm there in the stomach, like genetics, bless to me. But yeah, so I hope to do another mock-up in just cheap fabric, and then I'm hoping to do a wearable mock-up. I have a few denim fabrics in my collection, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I want to use them for this. Well, the plan when I bought them was to, but I don't know if I'll be ready to use it after I've made the second lot of alterations. I don't know if I'll use them for my working mock-up or if I'll buy a cheaper kind of like duck canvas somewhere in Australia since shipping and exchange rate. But yeah, that's all I've been doing because I put my machine in to be serviced. Had a bit of a squeak and I figured now would be a good time. But unfortunately we're in lockdown, so I'm not sure when exactly I'm going to get it back. I'm hoping next week. Hoping, fingers crossed. I have a sudden urge to check the news. But I do have a spare machine I just need to dust it off and set it up. It was my first machine, just a little cheapy $100 Singer. Going into the things I want to do for June, I will be participating in a corset sewing class, as I plan on making a historical costume hopefully this year. But I am learning how to make the Fenway corset. I'm really actually excited. So the class will go through June and July, and I am hoping to keep with the class, as in make mock-ups and things as we go through the class, just because I want to get the full benefits of having a tutor there for me to ask questions, and yeah, I'm hoping it will improve my corset making skills and I'll have a pretty corset at the end. So that'll be my main focus, but I would also like to sew a robe. So I have this pattern from the op shop. I'll insert a better clip of it here, but it's a 1990s robe and slip, and it also has a teddy, but I'm not planning on making that. So I have purchased fabric for this. I bought some beautiful linen from the fabric store. So here it is. And I know some people would gasp at the fact that I'm doing pink and red, because a lot of people don't like that combination. But I do like odd colour combinations. Like I like purple and red, for instance, which a lot of people would say is a no-no, but yeah. So I'm planning on doing the robe in the red colour, and then the slip in this blush colour, and I'm hoping it won't make me look too naked, but that's my plans for that. I'm thinking I will probably make the slip to be a slip dress rather than just something I wear at home. So it's something I can also wear out of the house, because it is quite, again, you'll see in the clip, it is a quite pretty slip pattern. And I think if I put a zip through it, it will make it look more wearable outside. So yeah, I'm hoping that goes well. I did check the pattern when I bought it, but I have not cut it out yet. So it is complete, but it isn't cut out or anything. So I will be the first one. Maybe I should leave it uncut. Leave a comment below when you buy a vintage pattern that's not obviously from the 40s or 50s. Do you cut it out or do you trace it? I know for me it's hard, because I know that as time progresses this will become the new vintage, and you can see it now. A lot of younger kids like the 70s, 80s, 90s kind of fashion. That's what they consider vintage. It's how they're dressing, raiding their parents, grandparents' cupboards and things. So yeah, leave a comment as to what you would do if you had a 90s pattern and it was uncut. Would you cut it up or would you leave it and trace it? My other plan for sewing is to do a mock-up of a 1939-ish pattern I have. It's a reprint, so it's a PDF pattern that I got off Etsy. I'll also insert a clip, but here it is. Can't really see. But yeah, a Vogue pattern, and it says, this one-piece frock features released fullness and simulated button closures below the bust. High round neckline with a shallow V with V-cut, V motifs at the back and sides. Contrast with a matching bias scarf optional. The pointed top sleeves may be long and shaped with a turned back cuff or short with a shallow V-cut motif. A repeated in the hem. But yeah, I do have some crepes in my, oh, I'm twitching. I do have some brand crepes in my collection that I could use. I have a blush that's very similar to this because it is from the fabric store, and I could buy more of that if I wanted, but I'm thinking, I've had my eye on a black wool crepe that is available from an Australian seller that's not like $89 a meter. So yeah, I'm thinking that I will probably do it in a black, the short sleeves, since I like to wear cardigans, and I do already have a black long sleeve crepe dress too, a vintage one and one I've made myself. And yeah, I think with some shiny buttons down the front, I have some really beautiful Fable knitwear buttons in my collection that I think would go well with the black crepe, jazz it up, make it look pretty. But yeah, since I will be using a fabric that is going to be more than $50 a meter, if I do use a wool crepe, then I will definitely be doing a mock-up with the detailed notes, especially because the button closures, I believe, are bound button holes, and I've never done them before. So I want to have a few practice goes before I actually dig into an expensive fabric. So yep, they're my June plans. I might do a little sewing vlog. I haven't really decided yet, but yeah, stay tuned for next month where I will hopefully show any projects I have finished. I haven't finished anything recently, which is why there isn't anything in this video, but hopefully for the July of this video I'll be able to show you everything I made in June and what I plan to make in July. So I look forward to speaking to you then. I also do videos on my knitting if you'd like to have a look through the rest of my YouTube channel and see if there's anything else you'd like to find. Anyway, I will see you in another video. Bye!